Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Clay Webster.
And I'm Caroline Kramer. We begin tonight with this weekend's chance of severe weather. OU Nightly's Chief Meteorologist Aiden Bruns joins us in the studio to help you prepare for your weekend.
Yeah, Caroline, Clay, the storms are already developing and they're almost at that strong to severe category, but lots of rain over in Tulsa and the Muskogee region in northeastern Oklahoma, and a few on the back half pushing towards Kansas as well. We've got some severe thunderstorms out in the panhandle of Texas right now, but we're really tracking severe weather all of this weekend. And starting with tonight, a marginal threat, so just a 1 out of 5 on the Storm Prediction Center scale, pushing just north of I-40, so Norman is not included. But if you do have Friday night plans heading up to Oklahoma City, definitely just keep that in mind for tonight. But we push into Saturday, and again, Norman's not in the severe region, but it's off to the west, just west of I-35. Another level 1 threat, so not a dangerous situation to be overly worried about. But again, tonight it's been beautiful. Temperatures are warm, and that's going to help fuel those storms. But we've got 81 degrees in Oklahoma City, 82 here in Norman, and across the state a very similar story. Very warm, but again a little bit cooler up where those storms are, so 63 right now in Tulsa. But OU Nightly meteorologist Caleb Pennington is outside right now at the Medieval Fair. Caleb, how's it feeling out there, and when should people be anticipating these storms and when they should head out?
Yeah, Aiden, right now it is feeling great outside. I'm at Reeves Park where the Medieval Fair is going on. Lots going on behind me. We're next to the camel rides, but right now feeling great, and it's a great day to be outside dressed in your favorite outfit. Maybe go to a jousting match. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. But as we go into Saturday, it will be the similar conditions. We will be dry. It'll be a bit warm outside, but as we go into Sunday, this is when you should be weather aware if you tend to attend the Medieval Fair, as we could see some severe weather in the area. But I'll send it back to you guys at the studio.
Thanks, Caleb. The Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics announced the arrest of a human trafficker and the recovery of an adult victim. The trafficker has been identified as Monte Kavan Jamal McCleary. McCleary was arrested on the charges of human trafficking and maintaining a house of prostitution. If you or anyone you know may be a victim of trafficking, you can visit the OBN's website on your screen now.
In just hours, the 4 astronauts aboard Artemis II will splash down off the coast of California. U.S. naval officials say the first face the crew will see upon arrival is Senior Chief Hospital Corpsman Laddie Aldridge. Aldridge, an Oklahoma native, will open the capsule, enter, and start medical checks on the astronauts.
First Lady Melania Trump comments on her alleged ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Sutton Parker has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
We begin in Washington, where in a press conference yesterday, First Lady Melania Trump denied any ties to Jeffrey Epstein. During the conference, the First Lady blasted what she calls lies connecting her to the convicted sex offender.
I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump.
The First Lady is now calling on Congress to allow Epstein victims to testify on Capitol Hill. In the Middle East, more U.S.-Iran negotiations are expected to take place tomorrow in Pakistan. Today, Vice President J.D. Vance departed for the country to lead the talks.
We're looking forward to the negotiation. I think it's going to be positive. We'll, of course, see. As the President of the United States said, if the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand.
President Trump is warning if a peace deal is not reached this weekend, the U.S. is prepared to renew and intensify strikes on Iran. In calling all video gamers, the Federal Aviation Administration might have a job for you. The department is looking for gamers to fix a critical shortage of air traffic controllers. The campaign highlights skills that gamers already use, like quick thinking and maintaining situations under pressure. Applications open April 17th. And the Consumer Price Index shows prices went up 0.9% last month. The data shows nearly all of the increase can be traced to prices on gas. Clay, Caroline, back to you.
Thanks, Sutton. Next on OU Nightly, supporting local means more than just shopping small.
See how one business is using people's everyday choices to help strengthen their community.
Plus, we're taking you behind the scenes of OU track and field.
Highlighting the people who keep everything running next.
When you're not at home or work, it's nice to have another place to relax. OU Nightly's Skylar Ross stopped by a place that is just that for the community.
In Norman, supporting locals goes beyond just where you spend your money. It's about building a stronger, more connected community.
My name is John Howell. I'm one of the owners of Blue. About 20 years ago, some friends and I were sitting around over a glass of wine one day and talking about what Norman didn't have, and we decided it didn't have a wine bar.
What started as a simple idea years ago has grown into a space many people now rely on.
But it's sort of become an unofficial clubhouse to so many people in groups. It's just like a lot of people's third space.
That sense of connection, he says, is something that extends far beyond the walls of Blue.
We are locally owned, and to us, locally owned means we live in the community. Our kids go to school in the community. It was sort of important to us to keep money in the community, and breweries are just a great thing, especially when they're locally owned.
By partnering with local breweries, the business helps keep dollars circulating right here in the Norman community.
So every guest who comes in here and consumes a craft beer produced by a local brewery is reinvesting in Norman while they're having a good time over a beer.
Reporting for OU Nightly, Skylar Ross.
You can visit Blue Fine Wine and Food on 201 South Crawford Avenue in Norman.
Many eyes are on athletes, but few notice the people who support them. OU Nightly's Whitney Smith takes a look at one OU track and field manager's vital role.
There are always moving parts behind a show, and for OU track and field, that is the team managers. Sky Francis is one of the 4 team managers. Her day-to-day job consists of making sure that each athlete is accounted for, they have all their materials, uniforms and shoes fit, laundry, and so much more.
I think on the outside, people will think we're not as important, but the team make sure to let us know that we are important, and the coaches as well heavily, they'll check in on us, and then they'll tell us we're doing a good job.
OU track and field head coach James Thomas describes why managers are critical to the team.
Coaches can only do so much. And so when you have managers from a filming perspective to an organizing perspective to travel to any kind of things when it comes to logistics and movement, sometimes you need able bodies and hands that can do a lot of the grunt work.
Managers are expected to give the same time commitment as the athletes, meaning they're traveling just as often while balancing schoolwork.
When it comes to balancing, I usually try to email my teachers. We always know when we're leaving in advance. We already have our schedules, indoor and outdoor, as soon as August hits. So we already know when we're leaving. So I usually try to email my teachers at least a week in advance, and then also that week before we leave.
Managers say communication and planning are key to keeping up with both academics and the demands of travel.
Just like any other extracurricular activity, you have to be able to balance all those things together.
While they may not always be in the spotlight, OU track and field managers continue to play a key role in keeping the team on track, both on and off the field. Reporting for OU Nightly, Whitney Smith.
OU Track and Field is hosting the John Jacobs Invitational today, their first home meet of the outdoor season.
Coming up on OU Nightly, are you looking for a way to spend your Friday night?
This free event is a great way to enjoy the weather and support your local artists.
And today is the start of an active pattern here in Oklahoma, so we've got severe storms on the way. I'll let you know the timing and the hazards in your full forecast after the break. Well, welcome back to OU Nightly, everyone. Happy Friday. We've had severe weather some couple weeks in a row now, and we're already tracking our next round of it, starting the pattern today. You can see this stationary front right here that's pushing across the plains, and Oklahoma is getting pretty much the brunt of it as we've got storms developing right on that line. Most of Tulsa, Muskogee, pushing up towards Miami and into Arkansas is where those storms are right now, dropping quite a bit of rain, but you can see most of the state is still pretty dry. Norman looking good. Oklahoma City is going to get a little bit of that as well tonight with a severe weather chance just for northern Oklahoma, but we push into Saturday and it shifts to the west. So just west of I-35 pretty much is a level 1 out of 5 threat for severe weather. So not an overly concerning threat, but something to definitely be aware of if you've got travel plans this weekend. But I want to time it out for you because the severe weather continues after Saturday. So here's going into tonight. Those storms are going to push off to the north and east, and then heading into Saturday, most of your day looks pretty good. You're just going to have to keep your eyes on the weather. But again, this is where that damaging chance for some severe storms is off to the west. With that, we could expect to see some hail and some damaging wind gusts in that one. The tornado threat is pretty low, but heading into overnight, you're going to definitely want to have a plan in place for if you've got any severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, because this is when it starts to pick up. We're going to drop a lot of rain on with this one as well. Sunday night at 12 a.m. and then another round comes through, and by 5 a.m. pushing out to the east. So heading over to Tulsa, Muskogee, Miami area, but Norman, we're going to be pretty wet heading into Sunday for you. But again, look at that. Sunday afternoon looks pretty good. A few more chances for some storms later in the evening. We're going to track that because it depends on how severe those storms get early Sunday morning. But heading into Monday, you see this setup too. Some damaging supercells possible of developing tornadoes, hail, damaging winds. So we're going to be tracking that as well, and you can just see it pushes through Monday night. So that's the time frame for that one. So I've got some hazards in place for you. You're definitely going to want to watch out for wind and hail. Quarter to golf ball size hail in all of these storms is definitely possible. Winds gusting up to 70 miles per hour. Localized flooding, again, possible with some of that heavy rain, and we can't rule out tornadoes this afternoon and evening. I should say most of this weekend, but rain chances throughout the rest of the weekend, pushing 3 inches possible here in Norman after all of the rain pushes through by Monday. But we've got lots of severe weather. It's not just this weekend. So Sunday is a level 2 threat for Norman. So that's a little bit more of a big deal for us. But we go slight risk on Monday, slight risk on Tuesday, and even on Wednesday, another slight risk for us. So those are all 2 out of 5 threats right now. It's a ways out. So that's what we're going to be tracking for you the rest of this weekend and heading into Monday for you. But with your 7-day forecast, here's what you got to know. Severe weather, lots of rain chances. Monday looks okay. It's just the evening when that rain is. We've got lower rain chances on it right now because it's so far out. But you see the temperatures are going to stay warm with it heading into next week. And guys, that's exactly what you need for severe weather. You need warm temperatures, you need high dew points, lots of humidity. It's all the fuel for something like this to happen. And we don't have a cold front to push the storms out. It's just this dry line setup. So it's definitely something to be aware of and have a way to receive warnings this weekend.
I was at the medieval fair earlier, and I kind of broke a sweat walking around.
I know it's warm out there, yeah, and it's going to continue into Saturday. Saturday, you should still be able to go in the afternoon, but Sunday, I would definitely watch out.
Well, that sounds great. Thank you so much, Aiden. Well, the art, music, and creativity are taking over downtown Norman tonight as the second Friday Art Walk brings the Walker Arts District, to life. Kicking off at 6 o'clock, the Art Walk is a chance to showcase local artists' work in the welcoming environment.
The walk is free to attend and will feature live music, poetry reading, and a performance by the Norman School of Ballet, alongside plenty of local food and art to enjoy. And coming up next in sports, it's a rematch that's been brewing since the Women's College World Series.
And today starts the face-off that will decide if the river runs crimson or stays burnt orange. The preview for it coming up in Big Friday Sports.
Hello and welcome. I'm Hunter Cornejo. Alongside me at the desk is Chris Holman. It's time for Big Friday Sports. Diamond Sports are in full swing with a big series on deck for the Sooners.
OU softball is rolling across the Red River for a top 5 matchup against the Texas Longhorns. The last time these two teams played was at the Women's College World Series, where the Longhorns took down the Sooners 4-2. Now, in her first season with the Crimson and Cream, Kendall Wells is only 1 home run away from breaking the NCAA freshman home run record. Now, while Wells is making herself a household name, OU Nightly Sports reporter Sky Schreck has more about one Sooners' journey from the Aloha State to Norman.
OU softball second baseman Ailana Agbayani grew up on the diamond. Her dad is MLB veteran Benny Agbayani. Her sister Alea played softball for BYU and Cal, and her brother is currently in the minor leagues with the Minnesota Twins. She told me she's learned a lot from that upbringing.
I think my parents both instilled great work ethic in my siblings and I, so continuing to work hard for what we want is definitely something that helped a lot.
She's been working hard since high school. While the Sooners opened the season on a road trip that took them to 4 states before they ever even played a home game, that is nothing on what she went through growing up. traveling across the ocean to play travel softball.
After school on a Friday night, I would catch the red eye. Instead of showing up a day early to like practice and really like ground myself, I would just catch the red eye, show up in the morning and go straight to the field and play a game or practice.
That hard work has been paying off for Ilana in 2026. While her teammates, including freshman Kendall Wells, chase NCAA home run records, Ilana is one of the team's best contact hitters. She wants to set her teammates up for success.
Just really trying to get on base for my teammates because they are really the home run hitters, but it's been nice to hit a ball out a few times.
That doesn't mean she can't knock one into the crowd, though. Just like so many other Sooners, she's hit the most home runs of her career in 2026. For OU Nightly, I'm Sky Schreck.
Thanks, Sky. On to OU baseball. Skip Johnson and the Sooners have lost their last 2 SEC series, and they're headed down to Music City last night to take on Vanderbilt. Oklahoma ace LJ Mercurius was lights out. 13 strikeouts on the day, a career high for him. Sooners catcher Dayton LaChance got the scoring started with a 2-run shot to give OU the lead. That's his first home run of the season, but Vandy would respond, scoring the next 5 runs of the game. Right here, here's this 8th-inning moonshot from Mike Mancini, slamming the door on any hopes of a comeback. Vanderbilt gets the win 10-5. And looking ahead at the rest of the series, left-hander Cam Johnson will be on the bump tonight. Junior's been lights out as of late. 16 strikeouts in his last 2 starts. Oklahoma starter for Sunday still not decided. Freshman Cord Rager was scratched last weekend due to a back issue.
Last season, OU had the 112th rushing offense in the nation. Over the offseason, the Sooners bolstered their running back room, bringing in Lloyd Avant from Colorado State and getting an early enrollment from 4-star freshman Jonathan Hatton Jr. Tight end Hayden Hansen also transferred in from Florida and knows the impact the tight ends can bring to the Sooners' run game.
Well, man, I got some news for you guys. It's here, and it's looking good, man. I mean, we are running the rock. We're pounding the rock every practice. It's a beautiful thing to see. You know, I know that's one of the biggest reasons they brought me here. I take a lot of pride in that. 12P is looking good, even if it's 11P. We are moving the rock, and we're doing it well. So we got to earn Arbuckle's trust. And so far, I mean, I don't know what everyone else has been saying, but I believe that the tight end room has been a vocal point this spring ball. And we come to work every single day, and we push each other, iron sharpens iron kind of mentality.
With round 2 of the Masters well underway,
OU Nightly's Peyton Davis is live at Jimmy Austin OU Golf Club with more.
We'll talk all things Masters, Sooner Golf, and sandwiches coming up on Big Friday Sports.
Thanks for staying with us. Sports fans call this one of the best weekends of the year, and the traditions run deep.
OU Nightly's Peyton Davis is live with one Sooners journey to gain that illustrious green jacket.
From egg salad sandwiches to excellence on the course, at the Masters, some things never change. That consistency is what head golf coach Brian Hibble has built here in Norman. Former Sooner Chris Gotterup is a part of that tradition, and he's teed up for his Masters debut this weekend, proving that the Norman Standard can take you all the way to Augusta.
We are so excited about going and watching Chris on Thursday, Friday, and be able to just be around he and his family. And it's such a celebration, to be honest with you. He's going to be focused in on trying to win the golf tournament, but for me, for my wife, for his family, it's, you know, your first one, the feelings that you get when you walk on that piece of property is something that you can never really recreate. In our sport, to make it, there's no guarantees. There's no, big time contracts coming out. I mean, you truly have to go earn every single thing, every opportunity. And Chris has done that.
Here's a look at that current Masters leaderboard. Chris Gotterup is currently tied for 12th at 3 under par. Now, if you ever have a chance to go to the Masters, Ryan Hibble recommends the pimento cheese sandwich, but I'm more of a chicken salad girl. Reporting from Jimmy Austin Golf Club, Peyton Davis, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Peyton. Hibble and the 16th-ranked Sooners close out the regular season in Georgia at the Ford Collegiate on Monday and Tuesday. Oklahoma will face 5 SEC teams, including top-ranked Auburn, 4th-ranked Texas, and 7th-ranked LSU.
OU women's tennis showed no love last night when they hosted second-ranked Texas A&M as they took down the Aggies 4-1, winning their 12th match in a row and their 5th top 10 matchup of the season. That victory also marked the first time in program history that the Sooners defeated the top 2 teams in the nation in the same season.
Staying on the tennis court, 9th-ranked OU men's tennis has been scorching hot over the last few weeks, winning 6 straight matches, 5 of which against ranked opponents. The Sooners close out the regular season this weekend against Arkansas and number 8, Texas A&M.
Oklahoma City secured the top seed in the West with their win over the Lakers on Wednesday, and tonight they face the Denver Nuggets, but will only have 8 players available as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and 7 other players have been ruled out.
Staying in the NBA, former Sooners guard Jeremiah Fears and the New Orleans Pelicans are back in action tonight against the Boston Celtics. Fresh off a 40-point performance on Tuesday against Utah, that was the most by an NBA rookie this season, not named Cooper Flagg.
That's all the time we have for Big Friday Sports. For Hunter Cornejo, I'm Chris Holman. Have a wonderful Masters-filled weekend.